The GameCube is something that is over 20 years old at this point, and it is still, if not more enjoyable now than it was when it was in its prime. I still have a hard time trying to stay away from this damn thing. Like, if a GameCube itself physically grew arms and legs and tried to shoo me off with a kitchen whisk, I don't think I'd still be able to avoid it. There are so many good things about this. I find myself always going back and playing the GameCube. Out of every Nintendo console, that is the number one. That is the one that is never boring. It doesn't piss me off. It's time to revisit one of the greatest, in my opinion, one of the greatest consoles to ever grace Earth, which is the GameCube. So grab a Pepsi, even though I was told the other day that it's killing me, but the hell with it at this point, and let's have some fun. Because that's basically what this console is it's fun. The GameCube is something that I continuously revisit very consistently at this point. Sometimes I'll go months without playing something and then I just get back into it sometimes, but the GameCube is one of those things where I feel like I can't go months without playing it because I will miss it too much if I don't play it. The library of games is insane. It really is insane. And still to this day, some of my favorite games of all time were on the GameCube. I guess one of the downsides to this, if you can just get it out of the way, what the hell did I just say? If you can get it out of the way at this point, is that unfortunately some of the really good games are very expensive, very expensive. I was shocked and a little bit scared. Some aren't that bad. It's nice that some of the ones I enjoy actually aren't the craziest. I think 1080 Avalanche is not the craziest price on eBay right now, at least from the last time I saw it. That's the only unfortunate thing that kind of happens with the GameCube, but if you have it just sitting in your closet collecting dust, it's basically rotten at this point and smells weird. If you just have a bunch of games laying around or just the console itself, then you honestly may have struck gold if you have certain ones, because damn. But you don't even have to, I'm not really going to go into detail on how to do it and everything right now, because if I did, then Nintendo would show up at my house with old school cane and tombstone me. There are other ways you can play GameCube games if you don't have them just sitting with you, and even on the console itself. There's a lot of cool things you can do with the GameCube at this point. You can mod it. You can play games off an SD card, which is really nice, actually. I did make a video on that back in the summer or something, I think, whenever it was. But just the way I did it was the one in that video. But if you're interested in that, it will be linked in the description. But to be honest with you, you're probably this guy's annoying, get away from me. I'm kind of at the point too where at one point in time I was only wanting, it depends on what console it is kind of, but I was only wanting to play some games on an emulator or something. That was really the best way that I wanted to play them, and I just thought that there was no going back. Playing on an emulator is incredible. It's definitely something that is probably a lot better than I ever would have thought would be. I don't even know if I can even really explain what I'm saying, but just from around this era, if you play a game the way it was intended to be played, it just feels special. But honestly, if you have some big ass TV or something, right? Or just a monitor, if you have some big ass monitor, the damn thing is basically making you waffles in the morning. It's so damn powerful. In my opinion, Dolphin, the emulator for GameCube, is probably, I don't know if maybe it's the best emulator or something, but it's definitely up there. It's one of the best. You can play your GameCube games in higher resolutions, and they are simply sharp. Or what? I don't even... That was the corniest thing I've ever said. The games look incredible when you use Dolphin. And not only do they look incredible, you can play them on multiple different devices. You can play them on your PC, you can play them on your damn phone. I still can't believe that. You don't need the most powerful machine of all time either, which is good, because that's something that, God, these days, man, everything is so damn expensive. It is terrifying to go into any store with anything electronics related, or just anything, every single thing. So if you don't have the craziest PC or something, it's not really an issue, at least that I've noticed. I've had this since 2021 and seems to be working quite well still, at least with these. These are probably my favorite games to play on my phone too. Sometimes, some of them might not work the best or something, but sometimes games just feel right, or just they feel nice when you play them on your phone. Some games I don't want to play on my phone. But a lot of GameCube games I feel like feel almost perfect to play on your mobile device or something, right? Like you're just sitting there watching TV. You're watching like some crazy ass show about feet on TLC or something. What the hell is that channel turned into? It used to be like just a damn guy making cakes, and now it's people talking about feet. Crazy woman who used to yell at her husband with her millions of kids. The hell's that show called? That was a good show. It's really the main reason why the GameCube is so amazing at this point, because just the large list you could possibly make of incredible games to play, you'd never have time to even play them. I feel like when I was growing up, I didn't really see anyone else, at least the people that I hung out with and talked to, no one else had one. If I'm remembering correctly, it was just everyone had PlayStation 2s and Xboxes, and I had a PlayStation 2 luckily as well, but I was the only one with a GameCube. And people would come over to my house and be like, what the hell is that thing on your desk? And it's like, that's a GameCube. And they're like, what? There was a point in time where I just ditched the PlayStation 2 for like 2 years. I don't think I got a GameCube till like 2003 to maybe 2005. I don't even know if I touched my PlayStation 2. I was just playing that because that damn thing could have kept you entertained for hours every single day. I think one of my favorite games, this is one of my favorite games ever, not even just a GameCube game, just in the history of my life. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Whenever I think of the GameCube, this is the #1 game I think of. I put so many hours into this game as I was a lot younger. I don't even know for the most part, like at that age, if I technically really knew what I was even doing in the game. There would be times where I just didn't know what the hell to do next or something, but I would just simply enjoy running around doing nothing. But eventually I was able to figure it out, because sometimes you just get lost, you don't really do anything, but then eventually you might be like, all right, well, now I'm going to actually try to proceed. It's probably my favorite Mario game of all time, now that I'm thinking about it. There's other good ones, obviously, but just for some reason, I feel a certain way about this one. There are certain games that exist that are amazing, but did they ever bring you a lot of just maybe just almost ruined your good moods some days, but man, they would always bring you back. Super Smash Bros. Is a perfect game to play for myself at this point, right? Like sometimes you might feel like you don't have a lot of time, you have to make supper or something. You just hop on this game for like 10-20 minutes and have a good time. You don't have to like lock in all night. You can just play it casually for 20 minutes and have the best time of your life. This game is very hard too. Like some of the controls, yes, you can tell it's a classic game. I don't even know why I played this game, honestly, but I just did randomly once, and for some reason I was just always thinking about it after I played it. But Super Mario Strikers is probably one of my favorite games to play on GameCube at this point, and again, this is a game that's perfect. It's fun, you do crazy ass things in it. I was playing the other day in that tournament mode, and I think there was 2 games that I played, and it was tied going into sudden death, and for some damn reason, I was almost trying my ass off to win. Some of these Nintendo consoles really made you hate characters more than you maybe ever should have. I still hate Wario and Waluigi. Super Mario Strikers is the same damn thing. You'll be out here trying your ass off. People are scoring left, right, and center. You think you're going down the left side of the wing or something like that. You cut back in the middle. You think you're gonna like bar down it or something, and then you don't. They stop it. Then the next thing you know, they just run right down the field. Weak little shot goes in. It's like, oh, for the love of Christ. But regardless of anything competitiveness, this is just simply a fun game to play. A good amount of challenge to it if you play it on something that isn't the easiest difficulty. That's really it. It's just a fun game. I don't know if you really need to go into detail about it or anything. It's just a game to play for fun. You don't have to really play it for that long to have fun. I actually played this game for the first time, like, I think it was maybe a couple months ago when I did that last GameCube video I did. F-Zero GX, is that what the hell it's called? Is this where Captain Falcon came from? I'm not really like familiar with all the characters in this universe and everything, but is that where he was like originated? Not like this one. If there was an older game or something like that, is this like the game that he was the main character in? This is also a game, honestly, I found. That is not how you say that. First time I played this, I was playing it for like 5 minutes and just thinking like, is this really like all that's going on right now? I just didn't know if there was something else to it. And then the more I played it, the more I started to enjoy it. I think one of the best things about the GameCube is just that there's so many games you can play where you don't really need to sit there for hours to enjoy it. You can just play it for 10-15 minutes and have a very good time. This is another one. This is another perfect example, actually. I don't even know. I think the first time I played this game, too, it was a couple of months ago. Wave Race Blue Storm. Where the hell did this game come from? A very challenging game. It took a little bit to get used to. I didn't really understand the whole concept at first. I didn't know what I was doing. I just went into it. I didn't really like watch a video. I just played it. Didn't know what was going on. I didn't do like the correct thing where you have to like hit some of the buoys or whatever they're called on the left or right side. I just like was going along with it. Next thing you know, the damn in-game voice is yelling at me because I'm not going to the correct side. But then once you get the hang of it, it's still hard. Like, I feel like this is a very difficult game to master. Some of the courses aren't that bad, but some of them I feel like it's almost impossible to not like crash into something. But again, it's nice to have a little bit of a challenge where, especially in a racing game. I'd never thought I was going to enjoy this game as much as I did. I just played it because I was trying to find games that were like, at least at the time, only for GameCube label on it or something. So I was just looking to play games like that. Just wanted to check it out and became very much obsessed with it. I have a very fond memory about this specific game. I don't know if it's really, no one probably cares or anything, but it's just really, this is the only thing I think about when I think of this game. The first time I played Soul Calibur 2 was me and my father. We went to a hockey game once when I was like, God, I don't know when that was. It was very long ago. Like, I was very young when this game came out, and he was dating somebody. We finished the hockey game. It was a Friday night. So I assumed we were gonna go home, right? Like, I'm going to bed. Nope, we did not go home. We took a taxi to this random house. She had a son who was my age, who I actually eventually became friends with as I got older and we went to school together. We were locked in his bedroom playing GameCube Soul Calibur 2. That's how we met. They made us burritos and the only thing on it was just meat. No vegetables, nothing. Just meat, beef or something. All they made was beef. Gave us a plate with burritos. They were disgusting. Legitimately was just like, don't come out of your room. We're gonna be like, you know, at the time you didn't know what the hell was going on, right? Like you just went into it. You were like, okay, like they're gonna be talking in the living room, watching a TV show or something, right? Like nothing suspicious here. Nope. When the house is a rockin'. But anyway, this is basically the only thing I think about when I think of Soul Calibur 2, because this is what we did. We sat there for hours at night. We never even spoke before. We became friends because we bonded over the fact that our parents were doing the pants dance. Here is a game I've never played before up until recently. I don't even know if I want to pronounce this because it's probably going to be butchered, but I'm just going to show it on the screen out of respect. Here we are again with a game you can just play for like 10 minutes and have a good time with. I really had no idea what I was doing going into this, but I've seen many people talk about this game very positively, and I can see why. One of those strangely addicting games that you don't really want to get off once you start playing it. I didn't even know what I was going to get myself into. Like, I didn't look up like a gameplay video or anything. I just saw people mention this title. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to check it out. And then as I was playing it, I was like, wow, this is actually kind of fun. I don't even know if what I was doing was the correct thing, but it still was fun to play. There's games like Resident Evil, Metroid Prime. The second one, I like that one. Resident Evil's hard. The old ones, like God, the controls and everything are just like they make you feel useless as a human being because you just don't know what you're doing. You think you're like pressing the right buttons, or you think you know what the controls are, and next thing you know, you're getting eaten alive by a zombie. There's actually really good, if you like wrestling. I don't watch it anymore or anything, but when I was a lot younger, I used to watch that more than anything else. There's really good wrestling games on the GameCube. WrestleMania 19 is one of them. Day of Reckoning the Second. That's also a good one. I don't know, like, I don't think I realized it at the time either, that these games were specifically only on GameCube. I didn't clue into that. I never thought, because that was when, like, SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth, SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain was very popular. You just, like, maybe assumed that all these games are on every console or something. And that was not the case. Like, GameCube had incredible wrestling games on that machine. Of course, we have incredible games like Tony Hawk's Underground, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, and even Def Jam. Obviously, you can play those games on PlayStation 2 and everything, but I remember playing some of those games that may have been both on GameCube and PlayStation 2 on GameCube. I remember playing Simpsons Hit and Run. I think the first time I played that game was on GameCube. And God, did I like that game. I think I played Tony Hawk's Underground maybe the first time on GameCube, especially the second one. Honestly, the GameCube just has a better chance of making you happy than a pigeon has of soiling its pants on top of a retirement home. It's just a console that you always can play at any time and enjoy it. And to be honest with you as well, I don't think no matter what Nintendo does in the future, no matter what console they release, no matter what really anything they do, I just don't really see an occasion where if they release anything, that I will enjoy it more than the GameCube. You can do cool things. Emulation. You can mod it. You can play games from an SD card. The GameCube is still going strong, man. And I hope it doesn't ever change. I don't think it will. If anything, I am enjoying things like this more now. Hopefully this made sense. I don't know if it made sense. Sometimes I have like topics I want to talk about, like in my head, and then I don't talk about them, and then after the video's over, I'm like, oh God, I didn't talk about that. I guess we'll find out if that's the case in like seconds, won't we? Have a nice night.